Into the game, guys. Sen versus Major, game number 2.
I'll be interested to see if Major goes mech again. But like I was saying, it was kind of confusing what he was doing last game because he had so much gas banked up towards the end of the game. And with mech, that's unusual. Usually as mech, you're making this like ultimate army composition, and you just, as you get more gas, you keep spending and adding more to the army.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the style he was going for by not attacking and just turtling and taking bases. But he didn't use that gas to increase the strength of his army.
And if you're going mech, that is the situation that you actually want, right? Like you're just turtling the whole time, and you're impervious to any attacks. Another thing that I would say is kind of weird is the fact that we didn't see an SCV trade.
No, we didn't.
Right?
Nope.
And I feel like whenever you're doing turtle styles, you have to do an SCV trade. It's like absolutely important because all you're looking for is to be the most cost-efficient fight ever, and then you just snowball that because you're definitely not going to have a resource mining advantage.
But he stayed very Hellbat heavy, even when he had a lot of gas to switch. So that's what was confusing about that last game. He played a style of mech that's kind of what Terrans usually do if they want to push and be aggressive with it. Then he just played very defensive and passive with it. So I'm hoping we see something different this game, and I think we will.
Hopefully so. And I even felt like Sen was so far behind from the beginning stages, if you think about it.
I think he was behind until that one attack where he caught Major completely off guard.
Yes.
And then he took a large advantage.
But with the Hellions, I mean, they were able to get into a great position, kill every single drone at the third base, kill all the Zerglings, that's a lot of larva. Just so riddled with economic advantages. And he's still, obviously, it just takes one fight. And that's what it comes down to a lot of times in mech versus Zerg. Meching Terrans just get completely obliterated from one fight and the game is over, or at least it can turn for the worst really, really fast. Anyway, over here on Whirlwind, I don't think we're going to see mech. Sen is probably opening up with the standard 4-queen opening.
Yeah, it looks like that. Otherwise, I think he would have taken gas. He's taking a quick third base, though. So I think it would be a 4-queen opening with a third base.
Now, what do you think of this? Because I know some players, I know Tilia and Kwai Rice were big proponents of doing this super early 18 third hatchery. You get it before queens. You can't actually spend and get your queens up, your double queen production. On Whirlwind, how do you kind of figure this in? Like, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, etc.?
Well, the weakness is that your link speed is a bit later than normal. But your queens aren't delayed much at all by doing this. I think the second queen might be very slightly delayed because of the timing. And I think you're behind a couple of drones initially because you can't afford to spend all of your larvae. But other than that, you're not too much behind. It's just that you also have to invest a little more to defend that quick third base, and it can be harder to do so against Hellions sometimes.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know.
I've seen spine crawlers being used to defend that third, but overall I'm just not a huge fan of spine crawlers.
Me either. Each spine crawler is 150 minerals plus the amount you're losing because the drone could have been mining instead. I mean, it's expensive defense.
If you want to even look at it, it's 200 minerals because you have to replace the drone. I know some people look at it like that.
Yeah, 200 if you replace it. If you're not going to replace it, then you're losing a lot of extra minerals from the drone. Then
that's 3 drones right there. Anyway, 3 drones, we'll say 2 larvae. Third command center is going to go down here, and Sen has the perfect positioning of the Overlord. He's able to see that third command center, and he'll know, okay, drone, 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 that's all I'm going to do.
Well, he also has to make something to defend the Hellions.
No.
Because he has a quick third base.
That's all he's going to do.
But he'll make some drones, too.
He will. And this has kind of been like Sen's thing, right? Like ever since Wings of Liberty, he's been known to be the most abusive droner you've ever met before in your life.
Yeah, he likes to get the minimum he needs to defend, and then make like 75 drones, and then make some more units.
And it's funny because like Sen, because of that, he'll have the most facepalm moments where he's like just dies to nothing.
Like 5 Zerglings, and he's like, oh, this doesn't work.
And then sometimes he'll just have the most glorious defenses you've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Like, he has great micro.
He'll be maxed incredibly quickly and have like 13-minute ultraless. And you'd be like, how does he afford this? And
because he goes up to 70
answer.
drones in 6 minutes, that's why.
He actually has no lings at all to deal with his first Hellions. He's making lings now.
They're
but I mean, there's not much of a danger with his queens, so.
And I'm surprised Major isn't taking advantage of this. I mean, Major has been a part of the Starcraft Brood War scene for a very long time, and this is how Sen used to play back then as well. So for me, I feel like Major is going to punish, and there it is. He's going to do it right now. 4 Hellions normally wouldn't make this run, but they're going to do it this time and be punished pretty hard here. The Zerglings were there to clean up the Hellions that tried to aggress forward, and now he's going to lose almost every... Nope, he's going to lose every... I was going to say every Hellion, but
So
guess not.
the person being punished here is Major, actually.
Yeah.
Losing his Hellions for almost nothing. I mean, sure, he killed a couple of Zerglings, but those are the links Sen made to defend. And now it looks like Sen's turning on the aggression. He has a Banding Nest finishing. He just decided, I killed your Hellions, now I can go for a big attack.
Yep.
But I think Major has a chance to defend. Maybe this game, we'll see how you should do it. Even though he lost Hellions, he's continued to make them instead of switching his Fat Barracks add-ons. So he has 5 Hellions still.
All right, well, here it comes, and Major is going to be able to see this. Oh my god, the Banelings actually get stuck on some of the morphing Banelings. Now, the big attack is in. Hellions will be kiting these Banelings. Very nicely done, but the wall is broken, and that means the rest of the Zerglings and Banelings will follow through and try to get a good surround. Will he actually get it before he goes up? Yes, it looks like he is going to be able to kill a lot of these Hellions. Widow Mines are out and about, but...
Much more Banelings finishing the natural, though, and a lot of Zerglings as well. Oh!
Oh, God! And that is a giant hit.
So fortunate for Major that it could have been much worse there, even though it's pretty bad. Actually, these low health SCVs are getting cleaned up anyway, so it's still as bad.
That's going to do it.
And more Banelings morphing in his base.
Sen just is overwhelming his opponent. Widow Mines don't even matter in this case. Killing too many SCVs. Income tab showing 44 to 22. And instantly the Banelings just evolve and destroy. 4, 5 SCVs out in the field. GG is called.